Hi everyone, I'll be doing another reading for the collective today. For those of you that follow my channel, you'll know by now that my readings are evergreen. So if you happen upon this video, the day that it's released, weeks later, months later, even years later, time is not linear and spirit works on a different time scale to us. And so when you receive this video and message, then know that the time is absolutely perfect. So I've sat and I've received some messages for this collective that I'm reading for today, and I also drew a oracle card, and then we're going to draw some tarot cards and just delve a little bit deeper into this message, see who is it for, what needs to come out and what needs to be heard today. So the messages that I received, just show you the little page, and I've got it in my usual format, which is usually just bullet points, and then we're going to work and put some meat on the bone, so to speak. I've got don't be fooled, lulled into complacency. You are important. Your thoughts are heard. Your energy is required. Don't give up. Pull back a little if everything is too much. Keep stepping forward. If you take the blinkers off, you will see the path ahead. Blinkers are the conditioning of modern society, full of half-truths and... Sorry, sometimes it's so hard to read my own handwriting. Full of half-truths and ideas and programs to keep you small and complacent. Find your core, your center, your truth. Stand strong. And then I drew an oracle card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, and I got number 60, Watches. And it says transpersonal, and I just thought I'd just read it from the book and you can get it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So watches. When watches appear, it is an invitation to stop doing. Pause, get off the treadmill and take a deep breath. Find the witness within, the one who can observe the fire and fury happening around you but is not caught in any of the drama. The time is right to step back. If you have a thought or opinion, keep it to yourself at this moment. If you have a feeling that needs to be expressed, do so in the shower. Do not engage with the action happening around you, simply observe. Watches show up to direct your attention to the horizon and away from the anthill in front of you. Others might think you are simply doing nothing, but let them know that you are helping the sun to set in the evening sky. There are bigger things to attend to. You have spent such a long time trying to correct the course of events and the actions of others. Let it be for a short while as you become the observer rather than the doer. The watches invite you to break from the linear casual pace of the petty day-to-day, rise to divine coincidence, to serendipity, and notice how the act of seeing the heart of the matter produces results. Things happen without you doing anything. Creation unfolds in its own mysterious way, requiring only a sacred witness. And I thought that was beautiful, and that fitted in so well with the messages that you've got to keep going, but stepping back and taking the blinkers off. So in that message, taking your eye off the anthill in front of you and looking up to the horizon. So that's really, really beautiful. So let's draw some tarot cards and find out what the message is for the collective I'm reading for today. So let's see what the messages are. And one more. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the general energies that Spirit is showing me at the moment is the 10 of Pentacles. And I think in terms of general energies, it's actually what people are looking for and wanting. I think and feel that people are getting a bit tired. They're getting tired of this drudgery. They're getting tired of all the discontent and the maliciousness that is happening in the world today. Humanity is hurting right now, and people are feeling it. The ripples have literally crossed the globe. Whether you are directly involved in anything, any unrest or anything happening, or whether you are in a country of safety, the ripples still get you, and the effect still comes to you in a different form, of course, than the people that are actually going through, the harsh persecutions, etc. But nevertheless, the energy travels, and the energy moves, and it affects all of us. And Spirit is saying the general energy that people are wanting in the world is they just want contentment, peace. They want to have it all. They want to be at peace. They want to have their families around them. They want to be safe. They want to have the amenities around them, and they want to have the way to acquire these things, which in our modern world and the world we live in usually comes in the form of money. And they want to be able to just live a life of ease. Now, the Ten of Pentacles does depict a life of luxury, but in this I'm picking up that it's not necessarily that somebody wants to have millions and billions and live on their fancy yacht and travel around the world and eat caviar every day. I'm feeling that this is more the energy of this card for this reading is the energy of safety, of being safe, of having that house, of having shelter, of having their family around them, of having their pets around them, of having things that they care about surrounding them. The energies I'm actually feeling a little bit giddy. The energy that comes, it's a longing. It's like a deep guttural longing from a lot of people, and understandably so in circumstances that are happening at the moment. What we don't see coming though is the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is a card of loss, but it's a card of loss in the sense that you yourself are walking away from something. It will be something, and I've read on this card before, so those of you that follow me will have heard me read on this card, but it's a loss of something that you have built up. It's a loss of something that you have accumulated, that you put effort and time into, but you're having to walk away from it because it no longer serves you. It's dangerous for you. It's just not practical for you to be doing it anymore, or it's whatever it is has run its course, and it's just extra baggage that you do not need in your life right now, that you do not need to take with you onto the next stage, onto the next adventure, onto the next chapter. And this isn't going to be easy for many of you to hear, because really what it means is to get to this place of stability, you're going to have to leave something or someone or things, events, places, work situation, maybe a company, something, project, something that you have built up, something that you have put energy, effort, and emotion into it. And it's showing up in cups because it's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing for any of us. It's never an easy thing for any of us to admit failure in any shape, way, or form, okay? Or to walk away from something that, we wanted so much to work. So to admit defeat and then to let go of it, it's a tough ask for most people. The collective I'm speaking to, you'll know what I'm speaking about. You will be feeling it. It's not going to be a shock or a surprise to you. So even though it's fallen under, like you're not going to see it coming, you kind of know that it's there. You know that it's lurking, but you've probably been putting off the decision to do it for a little while. Okay, but it's coming. It is coming. But take heart, my friends, because with every loss or with everything that we walk away from, there's always another door that gets open to us. There's always another opportunity. And I'm actually going to say there's more opportunities, because, as we go in and as our energy, whichever level our energies is and whatever path we're taking, we are always making and manifesting things happening in our energies. That's why it is so important for us to try and keep our energy flow at a good level, really, because you attract what you are. And I'm not saying that to ignore any feelings that come up, any feelings of unhappiness or any low vibrational feelings, because we are made human, because we have to experience those. We have to experience that. And also, even just to know what we don't want, we need to experience that, so we know what we don't want. But we are made to experience this range of emotions and be able to work through them. So to shut them out is a really, really bad thing. The trick is to be able to take those lower vibrating emotions when they come up and change them and use them. And I'm not talking about toxic positivity where you're feeling sad and you've got to be paint on a happy face and go out into the world smiling as though everything is right with the world. No, I'm saying understand why you're feeling that. Look around, what are the triggers, what is causing that? Is there some way that you can change it? Is there some way that you can move through it? Is there a way that you can use it to move on to the next step? Don't the trick is not to wallow and stay in that low vibrational state for an extensive period of time, because then you are going to be vibrating at that state, and you are going to be bringing things in that match that vibration. And usually when we realize that we are in that state, it's because things have come into our physical world that we don't want. We're in a job that we don't enjoy. We are in a situation or a relationship that we are not enjoying. We are living somewhere that we don't like, or it's not up to standard. And then it is for us to do the work to change it around, lift up our vibration so that we can then bring in other opportunities. And then in the opportunity, you've got the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is a young energy. It's a young, exciting, exuberant, zest for life energy. And the Page of Swords is ready to go. You can see it is quite a fast moving card. The clouds are moving quite fast. He is a little bit on unstable terrain. And in the background, you'll see that the trees are blowing. I don't know if you can see, the trees are blowing, and there's a couple of mountains. The water's not looking too choppy, but it's not smooth sailing either. So it's showing you a card of movement, a card of speed. Let me just feel into this for a minute and see what the message is here. So what's going to happen is, because you are in this place that you don't want to be, some of us become a little bit desperate, that we want to move so badly that when one thing comes along, we just jump on the bandwagon. But if we haven't cleared our vibrations and our thoughts, swords are thoughts, intellect, your intelligence, your brain. If we haven't cleared those thoughts and understood what is triggering us, why are we feeling this way, is there something we can do about it, how do we sort it out, how do we deal with it, and then raise our vibrations. If you go running and herring ahead into the first opportunity that comes to you, you're taking that energy and you're taking that vibration with you. And so it's like running full steam into a brick wall all the time, getting up, running again, and not understanding why you keep on getting the same results. You're getting the same results because you haven't changed the root and the base and the actual the mechanism. You've kept the same cogs, so to speak, and what you need to do is maybe change them out for new ones, or maybe change them out for a bigger one, or maybe one's too big and it's blocking everything. You need a smaller one. Do you see what I'm getting at? I hope you understand. But at the same time, this is Spirit saying to you that you will get opportunities. You will be given new ideas. You'll be given new thoughts. You'll be given new opportunities from yourself, from others. Doors will be open to you. And I think I'm just going to go back to this message that I received for you at the beginning of this reading, which was about putting the blinkers off. And if you pull the blinkers off, if you take the blinkers off, you will see the path. So if you take the blinkers off, so there's something that's keeping you stuck in this particular energy, there's something that's keeping you stuck in this particular moment, and you probably don't know what it is, and you've probably really thought about it and can't see a way out. But then remember, Spirit has told us what the blinkers are. The blinkers are the conditioning of modern society, full of half-truths and ideas and programs to keep you small and complacent. Find your core, your center, your truth, and stand strong. So peeling back those layers and just finding your core, finding your authenticity, finding your truth, finding what lights you up. Thinking of various things. Does this make me happy? No. Okay. Does this make me, there's a bit of a spark. Okay, let's just keep that on the back burner and see, does this particular thing make me? Yes. Do more of the things that make you happy. It can be really small things. It doesn't have to be major things like, changing your whole career. For example, if baking makes you happy, but you haven't had time to bake because you've been so busy and you've been, just sidetracked by a whole lot of things, and you're going through all these things that make you happy. Baking makes me happy. Do more baking. Because as you do more of the things that you love, energy and vibration automatically raise. Okay? Or rise. Sorry, very bad English. But they will, you'll vibrate at a higher level, and that in itself changes a lot of things. That's why you find when people stop doing the same old that they do every day, and they do something different, or they look at something different, or they go on holiday, or they take a different route, or they go for a walk in the park where they don't need to, some inspiration comes to them, they can make a change, and then they usually can see things a little bit more clearly. And it's the same as what it says here, where it says the watchers invite you to break free from the linear, casual pace of the petty day-to-day. You need to break free of the day-to-day mundane, the day-to-day that's keeping you stuck. What makes you happy? Does crocheting or knitting make you happy? Do that. Does walking make you happy? Go for more walks. Does running make you happy? Go for more runs. What makes you happy or is able to help you elevate and raise your vibration? Does meditation help you do that? Then maybe when last you meditate, maybe do a meditation. Does stretching help you do that? I don't know. You will know what makes you happy. And if you don't, go through a list of things that you do. Maybe playing a musical instrument makes you happy and you haven't played your musical instrument for a very, very long time. You need to find something that gives you that zing and lifts your spirits. And that's what you need to focus on. And like I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be very big. It can be just something very small in your life. As you do it more and more, your vibration elevates. And then you're able to see more, you're able to open up more, you're able to just give that extra space for those opportunities to come in. And that's really beautiful. Okay, so, but the challenge with this, I've got the Two of Cups. Now, this is usually a lover's card, and it's a card of partnership. So this could literally, for some of you, mean that when you walk away or leave something, or when you're starting a new opportunity, it is going to affect your relationships or your relationship. Okay? Literally. But I'm feeling very strongly for this particular reading that the challenge that you will be feeling is actually within yourself. It is the challenge of your duality. I mean, we're all made up of many parts. So we're not just one-dimensional beings. And because it's cups, and there's a male and female in here, okay. I do feel that it is going to be a bit of a struggle between your masculine and feminine energy and the emotions that they are going to be bringing to the fore for you. So, you know, the masculine energy is very much go, 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 work hard, you know, put the effort in to see the result. And the feminine energy is very much intuitive and in the receiving mode and in a more gentle, intuitive way. So let me just get a clarifying card for this. Can you just tell me more about the lovers here? Two of Cups. Sorry, Two of Cups. I don't know why I said the lovers. That's the Sun. Okay, the Sun is a beautiful card. It's one of my favorite cards in the deck. If you notice on this, you'll see that there's a child sitting on the back of the horse. The child is smiling, looking at the sunflowers, enjoying the sun's rays on their skin. So I'm feeling that this definitely the challenge is going to be an internal challenge. It's going to be an emotional challenge, an internal challenge, and a challenge of you wanting to go out and do more, hustle, get on the grind, do something. And the other side of it is just taking the time out and just being still and receiving and trusting and knowing that things are already happening. So that, I mean, that is a struggle within all of us. You know, and the other thing is that we have been conditioned, and that's another thing that one of the blinkers, when this says take off the blinkers, because we have been conditioned that to get anywhere in life, to achieve anything in life, we need to be hustling, we need to be working, we need to be grinding, we need to be networking, we always need to be doing something. Otherwise, we're doing nothing and nothing's going to happen and we are just going to be an absolute flop. And that is not true. That is not true. Because you still have to put in some kind of effort and work, because we are living in a 3D world and we are of this world. So it's not just going to fall into your lap. You do have to put a bit of work in. But we don't have to do this hustle and bustle and grind and burn out that we have been believed is necessary for us to achieve anything. And I think that is what you're going to find as your challenge is going to be how to balance that, how to come to a balance. But no, the Sun cards, again, you need to approach it with a childlike enthusiasm to be successful. You need to play. You need to enjoy the journey to where you're going. Bring a little bit of lightheartedness. Bring a little bit of joy. Bring a little bit of silliness. A little bit of childlike enthusiasm into what you're working on. Because if you actually watch little children, they have got the most fantastic imaginations, and they have such joy in just being themselves and enjoying their imagination and enjoying their play. And that's what we have lost growing up. And it's been conditioned out of us. We need to be serious. We need to take this seriously. We need to take our career seriously. We need to take... Yes, there are moments that we absolutely have to take things seriously. But yes, there are times when we can definitely bring a little bit of lightheartedness into the process. And that is being encouraged. Finally, the card that I've got advice from Spirit is the Four of Cups. Is usually when we are being stubborn and not listening. Here we have Spirit, we've got giving us something, handing us an idea, handing us a chance to be lighthearted and fun, Cups emotions, giving us an opportunity to experience happiness or joy, and we are saying no. We are being stubborn. We are saying no. Because, why are we being stubborn? Because when we try and manifest, when we try and bring things into our physical reality, when we want something to work out, we, knowingly or unknowingly, I think more knowingly, try and make it come in a certain and very specific way. So, for example, I'm just going to use a very, very, very small and light topic here. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole. We are trying to manifest a free coffee. But instead of giving it out and saying, a free coffee will make me so happy, I would love a coffee from this place, this cafe, this coffee house, because I love the taste of it. It makes me happy when I smell that coffee. Oh, it just lightens my mood, and I want a free coffee. And the universe is going, okay, let me get you a free coffee. But what happens is we want it on a certain day, in a certain way, from a certain person, and we are not allowing the universe to bring that coffee in the best, ultimately, once the dust is settled and we actually look back, ultimately in the best way for us, in a way that will actually open up our eyes a bit more, our opportunity, our hearts, and raise our vibration more. So we get very, very, very fussy of how it comes into us. What we need to be doing is saying, I want a free coffee and I want it from this place. That is it. That is it. We don't tell the date, we don't say the time, we don't say who's going to give it to us. We're just very specific that we want a coffee from a certain coffee house, and we don't want to pay for it. We want it for free. Then you let the universe do its work. So that is the advice from Spirit, is what you have asked for is already set in motion. Okay? We need to ensure our job is to ask for it and be very specific in asking for what we want, and our job is to make sure that our vibration matches what we are asking. And then we leave it alone, we walk away, we forget about it, and we let the universe do its job of bringing it into us. Not sitting there going, I didn't ask for that, I didn't ask that, no, I don't want that, I don't want it to come in like that. No, because ultimately you don't know what is the best way for it to come into you. When you let it go and you let the universe bring it in, it's usually never, ever, ever going to be in the way that you think it should come in. Never. Okay? And it will never be in the way that you would even imagine it to come in. But it is the best way for you, believe it or not. And when you've got it and you've received it and you look back, you will see that it was the best way to come in. For example, you might be asking for this coffee from this particular place, but somebody comes to you at work and brings you a coffee, so it's a free coffee, but it's just made in the office kitchen or whatever the story is, but it's a free coffee, you didn't have to pay for it. And you're going, I don't want this free coffee. You don't realize this person has brought you this coffee, and then it's opened up the channel of conversation, and you say, this is my favorite coffee house, and oh gosh, have you tasted this brand, or blah, blah, blah. And 2 days later, this person brings you a coffie from there. I was passing that and I just thought about you and remembered you, and here's your coffee. But you thought that first free coffee, which was instant coffee, was your free coffee. So you're like, I don't want that. No. And then you block yourself from getting the next free coffee, which is the one that you actually wanted, because Can you get my drift? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So come on, people, play your part. Give your manifestation out in the world. You know, when we say about manifest, you know that you manifest every single day. Manifest has just become a buzzword, and sometimes it just actually freaks me. I don't even like that word anymore. But I use it because everybody knows what it is, and people can understand it. But do you know that you manifest every single day without even realizing or knowing that you're doing it? We manifest constantly, every second of the day we are manifesting. And that's why I say, where your thoughts and your thoughts go, energy flows. So where you're putting your energy, how you're vibrating, how you are interacting with things, all of these things are mixing together and bringing more and more and more things in that vein, in that vibration level. So when you learn things and you learn tricks, and there are plenty of people on YouTube that you can listen to, how to change that vibration quicker, how to work through those emotions quicker, how to focus your thoughts on certain things, how to raise your vibration through a meditation or a visualization, things like that. It all helps. But I go off track. And getting back to track, the advice on Spirit is, let it come in. Do not dictate how you want things to come in. Ask for what you want, and then don't be so stubborn. Let Spirit bring it in for you. I do hope this reading resonated with you. Do remember that I am open for readings for the end of June through to July, so do check my bio below for my website. I will never ever contact you or ask you for money or ask you for a reading. You would always be contacting me and doing everything on my website. So if this reading resonated with you, please do remember to like, share and subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic and very, very much appreciated. And I look forward to reading for you next time.